Okay, friends, Jeremiah and I are going to attempt to make some granola clusters. We've got our setup here of everything, and we'll start videoing it, and Jeremiah's going to help me out here. He's going to glove up. He's washed his hands good and scrubbed them, but he's a mechanic, so he thought they'd look better if they had the gloves on. Also, he's going to be mixing all this up, so he's had some cuts on his hands from mechanicking, and so he's got his gloves on today. Alright, we're starting out with 6 cups of rolled oats. 3 cups of raw almonds. We left them whole. Our friend Rose gave us these almonds. We appreciate her. We're going to give her some of the granola for it. In the recipe it said chopped, but we chose to leave them whole. 3/4 cup of brown sugar. 1/2 cup of sorghum. The recipe we saw was maple sugar, but we're putting sorghum in it. That's what we had. Guess I should have had him a spatula ready, but I didn't. Hey, we're amateurs at this. We're trying. And then a cup of all-purpose flour. A cup of water. No, it's a 1/2 cup of water. I'm sorry. 1/2 cup of water. A tablespoon of vanilla extract. We put a little extra in there. That was a tablespoon. Let's probably sprinkle that in there, be fine. That's some Mexican vanilla. And 3/4 cup of neutral flavored oil. We use canola. Two teaspoons of salt. We use sea salt. And the recipe that we're using, it didn't have fruit in it, but we're adding some cranberries. About a cup. Cup of raisins. And a cup of pineapples. We've altered the recipe some. I basically took the recipe that they had on the Acre Homestead, Becky. Like I said, I told you the things that we changed about it. Hopefully we didn't mess it up. This is our first trial run, so you're here with us to see if it's going to be good or not. We already have our oven preheated to 300 degrees, and we lined some baking sheets with parchment paper. So, in this large bowl, we're using a Tupperware That's a bowl. We're going to mix together all them ingredients. After he has this all mixed, which it'll take a little bit here when he gets it good and mixed up. Like I said, we've already got our baking sheets prepared and our oven preheated, and we'll press this granola out on a a couple of cookie sheets. Oh, it may all go on one, we'll see. Okay, Jeremiah has dumped the granola that he mixed well onto this cookie sheet that we have parchment paper on. He's spreading it out. Gonna kind of press it down with that. And then probably just take his hand and press it down. Get it spread out with that, and then he'll kind of pat it down with his hand, make it solid. We had parchment paper on 2 cookie sheets, but I think we would have had to double this recipe. I may be wrong. I may have should have spread it out thinner, but we'll see. May have to cook it just a little bit longer to get it to the consistency we want for it to be dry as we want, but it's our first run at it. So this whole run went on 1 cookie sheet. Okay, he's basically got it spread out there. Now he'll take his hand and pat it all down. Make sure it's all spread out there. And whenever he's done, while he's doing that, I'll tell you, while he's done doing that, pressing that down, we're going to put it in the oven and we're going to bake it for 20 minutes on each side and flip it in large sections using a spatula. And then we'll return it to the oven for another 20 or 30 minutes until the granola is dried out and slightly golden. And the more you flip the granola, the less chunky it'll be. Once the granola is dried out and brown, then remove it from the oven and allow it to cool completely. At this point, if your granola is too chunky, you can break it up with your hands to the desired chunkiness. Like I said, we watched Acre Homestead. The recipe is on her side. I'm not going to share it on here. We was just trying out her recipe here. And like I said, this is our first run, and you'll be with us to see how it turns out. Okay, Jeremiah just got that into the oven. So we're going to set our timer, and we'll show you when we flip it. Okay, folks, we got it out of the oven. Since we had put some fruit in it and stuff, it took just a little bit longer. We had to do it 45 minutes on that side. Yeah, I think it'll probably take that much on the next side. As you can see, because you're supposed to use a spatula and flip it into sections there, I cut it, kind of scored it, so it'd be easy to flip. But Jeremiah and I decided that we might try something else, and it may be a total flop. But I wish I'd have waited on cutting it. But he's going to put the parchment paper on there. And that pan, put the parchment paper alone first. Yeah, I think that'll work out better. And then put that pan on there. And he's going to glove up. And he's just going to try to flip it. And if he has them lined up good, I think that that should be easier than trying to use our spatula. Now hold your breath. Here we go. Can you flip it, Jeremiah? Okay, scoot it back this way. Okay, a little more towards you. Okay, move that parchment paper. Oh, that worked out just great. Here's our finished product, our granola clusters. Jeremiah and Paul already went to bed. They got them early morning, so I finished them up. They look really yummy. They smell really yummy. I'm gonna let them cool some and put them in some containers, but I think it was pretty much a success. We did have to cook it 45 minutes on each side because we had added the dried fruit to it, which wasn't in the original recipe, but I think it turned out really good. So winner winner chicken dinner on that one. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Lone Star Ranch Homestead. Like and share our videos, and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified of our future videos. We appreciate y'all, and God bless.